the ground is going to go away and it will feel different. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh my God.
Love it.
Oh my goodness.
That is amazing.
Going to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Never been there before.
Oh my gosh, we've been talking about going to the Grand Canyon before we even moved into our RV.
Yeah.
So we are on our way to Williams, Arizona. Now I know it's not camping in the Grand Canyon. It's still 45 minutes outside of it or something?
Yeah, there are only a couple of spots on the South Rim, and if you don't book those things probably a year out, you're not going to get in. So
well, that and just the size of our RV too kind of limits us a little bit, but that's okay. We should be in Williams in about 20 minutes or so. So it's exciting. Here we go.
In 600 feet, turn left on West Edison Avenue.
The drive from Sedona to Williams, I believe it was 60 miles.
Yeah, short trip. Technically, I guess we could have probably gone to see the Grand Canyon from where we were in Camp Verde, but it would have been an extra hour or two.
Yeah, we just chose to spend all of our time visiting the Grand Canyon area closer to the Grand Canyon. So we chose Williams, which we had heard is a really cool town anyhow.
And it really is. It's pretty neat little town. There are quite a few RV parks in that area.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently it's a pretty common place for people to stay even that aren't RVing, and then they take the railway. Speaking of railway, we stayed at the Railside. Railside what, RV Ranch?
RV Ranch.
Yeah, and we are right railside.
It's called that for a reason.
Yes.
Yeah, you're all right. You're all right. You're all right. Yeah, you're good.
Got some really cool pictures of the trains, but the trains also love to honk their horns and stuff when they come through.
Guys, if any of you watched our Williamsburg, Virginia video, you'll know how much I love having trains right next to us. But we did choose it. We did know. And I guess I was okay with it because I let you book it.
Yeah.
It was a neat park. The sites were big, pull-through sites. It was all gravel, and they did have some amenities. They actually had a spa. I guess it has like some hot tubs and stuff, but it only is open from May till October, and we were there at the end of April, so we just missed it. But they have a pet spa as well, which is a doggy wash station basically.
Yeah, way overkill for Daisy. Daisy's spa is right over there in the sink.
That's right. Going to the Grand Canyon!
That's right, our first time ever for both of us.
Yeah, other than flying over it.
Yeah, I've flown over it a couple times, like very high altitude.
Yes.
So very excited for this.
Right. We don't really know exactly where we're going. It's Sunday. We just got to Williams yesterday.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna go drive and explore a little bit.
Go until we don't go off the cliff, and then I think that'll be the Grand Canyon. Now we're headed to the Grand Canyon Visitor Center, get a little information there, and it looks like there's a road that goes around the South Rim where you can stop at various points and take pictures and stuff, so we're just gonna wing it.
It's about an hour drive, no big deal, it's just kind of a straight shot. As we were driving, all of a sudden there were more trees and we entered the Kaibab National Forest, I think that's how you say it. And
I'm guessing.
Yeah, and so it started to get
probably
exciting.
doing it wrong.
Probably, yeah. Before we went into the Grand Canyon National Park, Chad had found some BLM land that we wanted to check out and see if a rig our size would fit. And so we scoped it out for you guys.
We wanted to do a little more boondocking, and obviously doing that with our ginormous fifth wheel is a challenge. And we do have some boondocking coming up in a future video, but this place was not for us. We took the truck, scouted it out. It was a little bit more rough terrain than we would probably be able to do.
Rough terrain, dirt roads. Which can be tough. Really pretty. It would be cool if you had a smaller RV, because they do have certain areas you can kind of tell are already made into sites.
We found a few spots that we think probably would have worked, but
you don't want to count on those being available.
Exactly. They could have been there that day, and then we cancel our bookings for the next week and go drive over there and it's gone. So in situations like that, we just stick with the bookings.
Yeah. If you've been watching us for any length of time, you know we like to plan in advance. So it wasn't something that we thought we would be able to do moving forward in that area. If you guys know of any cool boondocking sites for big rigs anywhere near the Grand Canyon area, let us know.
Yeah, we'd love to check it out. We went to the visitor center first, right?
We did.
That was a bit of a bust.
Well, first of all, parking is tough.
Yeah, and they have huge parking lots at the visitor center. So we took forever, found a spot, made our way up to the visitor center area.
And even the lines for the restrooms were crazy.
So we're at the Grand Canyon.
It's like Disneyland.
Haven't seen the canyon yet.
It's packed. I mean, I knew it would be, but it's like, I don't find it peaceful yet.
I think we got to go around the other side of the commercial parking. Is where that bathroom was. Of course, we got to go to the bathroom.
Right, but there was an enormous line like you would find at Busch Gardens for a ride for the bathroom.
I don't know if you can see this.
Wow.
That is freaking amazing.
And we're just getting started.
Imagine the people coming here originally, the first people to discover this on their wagons. Like, holy shit, I think we're gonna have to go around.
How do we get over there?
Yeah. Super crowded at this. This is like the main overlook thing.
Yeah, we're at the visitor center.
Yeah. We're gonna find some more private areas. A good chunk, probably like 80-90% of the crowd there were coming off of tour buses.
Right, and I think they have limited time maybe on each stop, and so...
They were in a hurry.
And
they were a little pushy.
They didn't care. And this was the first of many, many times that this happened to us moving forward in our adventures out west.
The tourist center, I don't know. I mean, we went in and we looked at some of the stuff. I don't know that it had a whole lot that we would have to see.
Yeah,
just go look at the whole.
They play a video every 10 minutes or so, but we weren't around for that. We just walked around a really short amount of time, and then we were hungry, so of course we had to get a snack before we continued on. You're gonna find plenty of other places that are much less crowded.
Yeah.
Just as fantastic, if not better views.
Just head east around the South Rim. There's lots of places to pull over. What I found interesting was, in my head I picture the Grand Canyon and they've got like safety rails and stuff. There are no safety rails. There are some.
There are some.
That's where you'll want to take your kids, but you can walk around those rails or walk out to the woody area.
Oh, we sat on the edge of the Grand Canyon and just dangled our feet.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty scary.
But the Grand Canyon,
Scary.
it's amazing.
You'll never guess the places that I've been. You never guess the places that I've been.
Williams did not disappoint.
Oh, I loved Williams.
Williams was a neat little town. It was a good place to
loved
walk
it.
around. It's actually Route 66, cuts right
Yes.
through there, the old original Route 66.
Yes.
It's a neat little downtown area, so we're going to take a little walk around.
Yeah, it's so cute.
This is actually Route 66 right here.
Yeah. The place we're going to eat is Historic Brewing Company, and it was an old saloon, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
We're going to take a little walk first, and then we're going to go eat.
Let's do it.
It was so cool. All the little shops and restaurants and bars, everything was so eclectic and independent. And, you
A
know,
lot of
there's some
cool-
tourist stuff and souvenir shops and
There was
things.
that old gas station that had the old school pumps and was, but was refurbished and it was really cool, very retro looking.
Some old diners and some old school bars.
Yeah.
No. Sign says right there.
This is an old school bar.
Never gonna come down from above. 'Cause everything looks better from above. And nothing's ever as it seems, yeah, except in that world that I dream of. Never gonna lose the ones I love. Never gonna lose the ones I love. 'Cause everything is like a dream, yeah, but only in that world that I dream of. Oh, don't wake me up before you go. 'Cause I can't face this day alone. Oh, darling, please just let me sleep.
What was the place we ended up eating, that little brewery?
It was Historic Brewing Company.
Yeah, good food, good beer.
Yes, that was an old saloon in its heyday.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool that they turned it into a brewery. And this brewery not only makes beer, but they make wine. These are all Arizona wines, and if you get here before 6, it's happy hour. And so the $10 glasses of wine are $4. So even though I'm getting a single,
There goes $4.
we had great service, great food, and a really good time walking around Williams and eating at that place.
We like to eat. That was a damn good burger.
That place is cool. And Michael was an amazing server. He
Yeah.
was awesome.
He was amazing because he gave us lots of samples for free.
Well, no, he was just very attentive, and I was high maintenance that dinner. I didn't mean to be, but I was, and he didn't think anything of it. So he was super cool, and the food was good, and the atmosphere was good, and the wine was delicious.
And
Provisioner.
the beer was good, really good IPA.
Who would have known that Arizona wine was so good? I didn't know,
Yeah.
but it was good. And so now we're just going to stroll around a little bit more and then go get the puppy.
Yeah, Daisy.
Yeah, they know.
Later. We're headed to the Grand Canyon on Lucille.
It's the first day that it's been nice enough for us to take the bike out. We've been here for 6 days.
Yeah, it's gorgeous today. Got our NPV ready to go.
That thing has already paid for itself
Many times over.
many times over.
Most of these parks, it's like $30, $35 for a car.
The Grand Canyon's $35
Yeah,
a car,
probably 35 for a bike too.
probably.
Hey now, baby, I'm a moving with your vibration.
It's about an hour's ride from the RV park in Williams, and it's a straight shot up 64.
Hey now, baby, don't you tease me with your temptation.
If you don't have a national park pass, you'll definitely want to get one at your first park if you're going to be doing more than one park in the next year.
Right, oh yeah.
Because they're like $80 and then you can get in pretty much everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Time has been so hard on us, my friend.
And then we got up to the guard gate and we waited.
Yeah, it was about 20 minutes, which I guess is probably not too bad compared to some national parks getting in, but
20 minutes is significant when you're just sitting on the bike and the sun's beating down on you and
true,
stuff. So.
true.
Works out in the end.
How you doing?
Doing alright by yourself.
Oh, not too bad.
You need a map or anything?
Nah, we're good. Which way do you recommend riding the motorcycle, east or west up there?
East, that's
East?
that might be better.
Okay.
Awesome, thank you.
Have
Do you
a-
think it's going to be really busy on Sunday with Easter? Or
Absolutely.
it's always going to be busy, right?
Yeah. How's it going? Our goal was to go to, what's that watchtower name?
Desert View Watchtower.
Desert View Watchtower, which I don't really get because it's not a desert. You're looking at a canyon, and the canyon's not a desert. I don't really get the name.
Time has been so hard on us, my friend. But through every night we keep on there.
We saw quite a few campgrounds on the way in there.
If you're interested in staying at the campgrounds in the park, make sure you make reservations well in advance because those campgrounds fill up fast. It's about another 35 minutes to get to the Desert View Watchtower if you go straight through. We did not go straight through,
Yeah, we stopped along the way.
which we did because you can't see a whole lot of the canyon when you're on the road. There's a lot of trees on both sides of you and it's awfully hard to see that there's a canyon so close by. But there are a lot of parking areas for special overlooks and view areas, I guess, and we did stop at several of those. And the views are just outstanding. It's still tough to find parking spots in these little parking areas. We were fine because we had the motorcycle this
Yeah.
time, so we didn't have to worry about trying to fit the big truck in there.
No matter what they call it, no matter what they want it, they don't know there's no way they will ever get it. Wind just blows, but we keep on standing. We'll call it whatever that we want it.
What do you think?
It's awesome.
So we made it up to the Desert View Watchtower, which is on the south rim, but by that point, it's really more of an east rim.
Are you making that up?
Well, it's just geographically accurate because you go up, you start out going east, and you go up, and then the canyon keeps going north, and the road keeps going east,
Okay.
and you go away from the canyon.
I see.
Yeah, trust me.
I don't know about that.
Well, because you can see the sunset from there, and it faces west.
Right.
So there's that.
But I don't know if it's called the Eastern Rim.
No, it's not. It's called the South Rim. But my point is they got it wrong.
Oh. Oh my God.
When the sun sets, you got a nice western view over the Grand Canyon.
Yes.
Now, we didn't get to see that because we wanted to get back. We didn't want a long ride in the dark on the bike.
Right, and it was a long ride, but a lot of people go specifically to that area for the sunset.
So check that out. We gotta head back soon, so we're not driving home at
Yeah, because we're
dark
probably,
with,
at this point, probably 2 hours away by the
Yeah.
time we get down and then out.
The watchtower was built in 1932, and it's a 70-foot high stone building.
you can actually see the Colorado River from there.
Really well.
Yeah.
Yes, it was beautiful.
But we got to see it even better.
Coming up.
Mhm.
It's coming. It's coming.
The tower itself, I guess you can go to the top of. We didn't know that at the time. And I remember looking for them. I remember
Yeah.
being in there. Of course, it's a gift shop because, you know, anywhere they can put a gift shop, they will.
Yeah.
But I looked around and I didn't see any way to get up.
It says on
Maybe
their
you've gotta-
website that
yeah.
you can.
Maybe you've got to buy a ticket or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
We rode back, pretty uneventful, but just being that we can ride the motorcycle around the Grand Canyon was pretty cool.
It's so cool, and it's just such a neat way to explore the country. I love it.
Yeah.
glad you're still here because the coolest part's coming up.
That's right. Please click that like button if you haven't already.
Right.
That helps us out. Please subscribe. So the highlight of this trip was Tara's birthday.
My birthday! We took a helicopter tour over the Grand Canyon.
So we're gonna go.
Helicopter. We have been talking about doing this since before we ever moved into the RV.
Yeah, this was like one of those things that we talk about. Hey, you know, when we're full-time RVing, we can go to the Grand Canyon, we can take a helicopter tour.
Yeah, so it's happening today.
That's right.
Super cool.
It's somebody's birthday today. 25.
It's me, 25.
It's 35 more believable. 35. Something with a 5 at the end.
We chose the Canyon Spirit Tour, which is a 45-minute tour.
The helicopters are good size. They can actually seat.
I think it's 7 plus the pilot.
Yeah, 4 in the front, 4 in the back. They choose your seat randomly.
They said that they do it by random computer draw somehow.
Yeah, I did let them know that it was her birthday and we would love to sit up front. Maybe we got that because of that. Maybe we got lucky draw.
I don't know. Can't hurt to tell them. We got to sit up front with the pilot, Scott. Scott was great. I really don't think I would have liked it as much if we were sitting in the back.
Everybody has a great view in there, but the front is a little better.
Oh yeah. So we're surrounded by the whole bubble around us is glass or whatever it is. We can see through it.
It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was.
So for the first 10 or so minutes, we're going to be going low and fast over trees. For about the first 5 minutes, I won't be able to hear you or talk to you. I got to do my thing with the tower and all that stuff. So as long as you have headsets on, seatbelts on, we're all somewhat comfy. I'm going to turn the switch off here. I'll talk to you about 5 minutes, all right? Hey. Very good.
And then all of a sudden,
Bottom drops out.
bottom drops out.
The ground is going to go away and it will feel different.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Love it. Oh my goodness. That is amazing.
Quite a bit different, isn't it? If you are still unsure, by the way, that is the Colorado River. This edge that you see about 2 o'clock, that is called the Desert Palisades. That is the most vertical part of the Grand Canyon. It's called the Little Colorado. You can see the water is much more sand colored.
Oh yeah. Imagine the first people coming this way in covered wagon. And then
I know.
And then hitting this like, well,
Not all the time. Well, now what do we do? You know? And we're gonna end up right near the snow, way over there in the corner, and climb up over.
That was a fantastic way to spend my birthday. It was a super expensive tour and it's not something that we're gonna do a lot of. If you saw our Key West video for his 50th birthday, I bought him a seaplane tour out to the Dry Tortugas.
Yeah.
That was awesome. We're now thinking that we need to have a theme for every birthday to do some kind of air tour.
Some sort of air tour.
Or cool
so we've
tour.
done 3 air tours now. We did Bar Harbor biplane.
Yes.
We did the seaplane in Key West.
Yes.
And we did the helicopter over the Grand Canyon.
Right.
What's next? Is there going to be like a balloon? We need to go on a balloon.
Ooh.
If any of you own a balloon and you're good at flying it and you haven't killed anybody, let us know. Let me clarify, a real balloon with like a basket, not like some, you know, weather balloons tied to a lawn chair, something like that.
Although he'd probably...
I would love that.
He would probably be willing to try
I would
that
do it.
out.
I would take a parachute
I wouldn't let him.
and cut and go, but yeah. So we just got back from the helicopter ride.
That was awesome.
It's amazing. You come
Oh
up
my
come up over
gosh.
the thing and come over into the canyon. It's just beautiful views.
So awesome that I'm ready to eat.
Yeah. We're going to
El Corral?
El Corral. I think it means the corral.
Yeah. I'm starving, so I can't think straight.
That's good.
Birthday margarita.
Yeah, it was so-so. The place was just We didn't love it, but you know, we needed to fill our bellies and we were tired because it was a big day. It was super awesome. We know we missed a lot while we were in the Grand Canyon area.
We could have gone west a little bit more. We didn't have a chance to do that.
Right, we were actually in that part of the country for 2 weeks, but the weather just didn't cooperate most of the time.
Yeah.
So we got out and we explored, and the times that we did, we had a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and that's kind of why we went to 2 weeks stays this year. If you get a little bit of bad weather, we're going to have a couple days here and there.
Right.
We missed a few things like Arizona.
Yes, and that was right around the corner from the RV
We could
park.
almost walk to Arizona.
I know, and we have heard so many great things about that. But let us know what else we need to see when we go back to the Grand Canyon. And doesn't matter if it's North Rim, South Rim, or whatever, let us know.
Our next location, we're going to do some boondocking.
We're going to Lone Rock Beach. So keep following our journey to see our next adventure in Lone Rock Beach. Again, please subscribe and click the like button. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We'll see you next time.
Yep, outtakes.
I've been out to Vegas many times and thought about going to the Grand Canyon, but just got drunk instead.
And the trees started showing up, and it started to get a little bit more hilly. And
Trees started showing up.
They did. The trees.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, I'm a tree.
I'm to be a tree.
Oh my gosh. They're so silly.
There's lots of woods to pee. I could just jump the thing here and go
Yeah,
pee.
well, easier for you than for me.
It is easier for me.
That sounds smart, doesn't it?
And any kind of wraparound glasses, I just like the Terminator.
Get to the chopper.
Going to the Grand Canyon, and we're going to take a helicopter tour.
Get to the chopper.
Good.
Stacy pooped today because I think I smell her. Did you poop? Did you fart?
You get stinky.
Is you stinky? Are you stinky?
Just laying here farting on us.
Yeah, she's asleep. She's relaxed. Okay.
We drove through one of them, didn't we? Or no?
We didn't. He's thinking of it. He's thinking of Glacier.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of the size of my wiener?
It was built in 1932, and it's a 70-foot tall. It was built in 1932, and it was a 70 feet tall building. Right.
That's easy for you to say.
We're gonna find some more private areas. Yeah. Do private things.
We've got our home. We're living in our house 60 minutes from the Grand Canyon.
Sound like Christopher Walken.
We're living in our house.
I tried so hard to hold it in. Okay, I'm
All
sorry.
right, okay, let's try it again. You make me laugh when I'm being crying.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to make you cry, baby.
So, okay. So that's why we do this, right? I mean, shut up. Daisy, tell her to stop.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's like you get the giggles and then it's
Yeah.
okay.